So this is your crypto news for today. Bitcoin whales are offloading billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at what's going on in the overall market today. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and follow me on X as well if you're watching there. I'm going to provide you guys with the news, let you guys know what's going on in the crypto world for today. So taking a look quickly at CoinMarketCap here, we are seeing a decline in the overall crypto market about 1.43% over the past 24 hours. We're sitting in the red right now, just under 4 trillion, sitting at 3.94 at this point in time. Bitcoin sitting at 116 and a half. Ethereum's about 43.50. XRP is still hovering above $3. And obviously, we have a number of other cryptos as well following suit, the rest of the market. Couple outliers, we got, well, actually, pretty much one. AB is up about 8%. Polygon is sitting very okay here, sitting about 2%. And the rest of the market is kind of blah or crap. Uh, the worst in the top 100 right now is Pump Fund down about 10%, and we've got Sky down 7. So, what is going on today? Well, we're seeing some declines in Bitcoin, and that's pretty much what's going on. Excuse me, some overall macroeconomic factors as well contributing to the decline of Bitcoin. We saw a sharp correction this week, and the price had fell significantly from its recent highs. I think we kind of saw a little bit of a local top, so to speak. So, there's some profit taking going on right now, guys, and that's pretty much what's going on. Two major holders in particular have had a direct impact on the price, where they have been selling. Taking a look at some Bitcoin whales over the past 6 days, addresses holding between 10,000 and 100,000 Bitcoin have sold off approximately 30,000 Bitcoin, worth more than $3.45 billion. Basically, they're securing their gains, right? Hit the local top, profit taking going on. The selling pattern aligns with what we've seen in the past during previous price rallies. You guys know that, people that are in long positions, even they're taking profits, and that's pretty much what's going on there. I think we figured that Bitcoin was going to push to a new all-time high, and they're just kind of waiting to secure some of those profits from that. Now taking a look at one notable indicator, it's called Coin Days Destroyed. This is a new one for me. First, I've really paid much attention to this one. A metric used to track the movement of long-term holders. This is the second major spike in this metric this year, and it's basically signaling selling activity for long-term holders. Long-term holders are cashing out some of their holdings as they are in profit. So this is pretty cool. I'll make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see it. It says Coin Days Destroyed. That's pretty cool. Coin Days Destroyed, 60-day moving average. We got Bitcoin price is in, this is the Bitcoin price, obviously, in this blue purpley line area. And then the distribution signal comes in right around the top. You can see that every time, pretty much long-term holders, boom, they pretty much know where they're looking at for taking profits, because usually, people that have a lot of money, especially, go in with a plan, right? So it's holding right now, though, above our support line. Your support's sitting around 115K. We're sitting at about, what I said, 116.5. So if selling pressure does persist, we could drop down to the 12,000 and a half dollar range. A further decline past that, we could see dropping down 110K, representing a 6-week low for the crypto if we do happen to go that far. However, if we do get a bounce here, and it looks like we might see a little bit of a pickup, but it's too early to tell. Like, we have to wait for basically today's trading to kind of finish taking place and see where we're at, obviously, from there. But if Bitcoin manages to bounce off 115K, we could recover to 117, and then a potential push up to 120 again. But that really has to come with a ton of volume. Obviously, it takes a ton to move the Bitcoin price now, since it's trading so high. But even just some, good macroeconomic data coming in, anything like that could help move this thing. So right now, what we're looking at is a little bit of a bearish outlook. It's the overall macroeconomic factors, right? We're looking at, inflation coming back, tariffs kind of driving some prices up a little bit there, or uncertainty around if tariffs are going to be driving prices up is more along the lines of what's going on. The U.S. economic calendar, we'll take a look at that. We have We're going to be getting Fed FOMC meeting minutes from July on Wednesday, and that's going to give us a little bit more insight as to what the Fed is looking at, how they're feeling about the market. That's going to give us a lot of information right there, and that's pretty much the next biggest economic calendar event really that's coming up very soon. So it's going to be on Wednesday. So we're going to be looking at that to kind of see how the Fed feels about hopefully potentially lowering some interest rates in September. It's on the table, but it's not. Nothing is set in stone, and there's a little bit of uncertainty around if that's going to happen. So we also have initial jobless claims coming up on Thursday, and a few other things as well. So we're going to be watching obviously those minutes pretty decently because it'll give us a little bit of insight as to what is going on behind the scenes there. But obviously, the Fed never really makes decisions until they see current data right before their decision has to be made. So it'll give us a little bit of insight, though, as to what some of the members have been. There's been a little bit of a bunting heads in terms of when to lower interest rates. Some people, a couple actually had left the Fed because of the discourse that's going on over there. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. We know Trump is very adamant that interest rates should be low, next to nothing, because inflation is next to nothing, which I don't really agree with. But inflation is still a factor in my opinion. But it's going to take a little bit of time in order for those tariff situations to kind of unfold and for us to kind of get a bigger picture of how tariffs are impacting the market. And I think that's really what the Fed is most worried about. But obviously, we'll have to wait and see what happens there, as usual. I know I say that a lot, but it really does depend on what happens. So, closer to the date, we'll know a little bit more. But as of right now, it's still uncertain. That's why the market is seeing some ebbs and flows. We're getting a decent little start, a little decent little runoff, and then we get bit of a pullback in the market, and that happens as well because nothing can go straight up forever, right? So we're seeing a little bit of a pullback, people taking profits on Bitcoin right now. That's transitioning into altcoins. Just the whole market basically is at a point where people are taking what they can get and playing it safe, right? So that's what I got for you guys in this video. I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. That is your crypto news for today. Basically, it's a wait and see scenario at this point. So we'll keep things updated and as we go. So make sure you're subscribed, hit the like buttons, and follow me on X too. I post over on X as well, and pretty a little bit more active on there. And you can see my crap posts and my cat pictures and some of my house stuff I've been going on. So I'll catch you guys in the next video and hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.